Happy day, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy day, everyone. We thank God that we are alive. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Adonis Palo. Adonis Palo is live now on Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Wale Sholanke, welcome. Sholakpe Shotonwa, welcome. Thank you for joining Adonis Palo. Happy Sunday. Sis Kenny Diva, welcome. Welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome and welcome. Nice to have all of you on. So we're waiting for Lady Tawa. She will soon join us. Same to you, sis. Happy Sunday. God bless you all for joining. Nice to be alive. We thank God that we are alive and kicking and well. Yeah, thank you, Wally. Hi, Tony. How now? Happy Sunday to you. We're waiting for Lady Tawa. She'll soon join us. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about domestic violence. Those who are experiencing domestic violence, not a good thing at all, at all, at all, at all. Wow. Hi, Tony. How now? Nice to see you. Nice to have you on. Say you. How do you pronounce your name? Say Shayo. How do we pronounce your name? Hi. How do we pronounce your name? Say you. Usman F. Say Usman. Okay, say Usman. All right. Thank you for joining. I see you all the time. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all for joining. So we're waiting for Lady Tawa. I'm sure she will come on soon. Yeah. Lady Tawa. Our guests are waiting. Our guests are waiting. Hi, Fumi. Oh, yeah, she's joined us. Yeah. How are you, Fumi? How's our little baby? Hello.
Hi, sis. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you clearly.
Excellent. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good.
And you?
I'm very well. Thank you.
Nice
Happy
to see
Sunday,
you.
as they say.
Yeah, same to you. That's our greeting, our Nigerian greeting.
Our Nigerian greeting. Happy Sunday.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Bumi. So I like your top. Yeah.
Lush and Fab. She's on Facebook. Lush and Fab. Let me even try and type it in there.
Lush and Fab. Is she joining us today?
I'm not sure, but I've put her handle there.
Okay, Lush and Fab. Okay, yeah. I've seen it. I've written it down. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Bumi. Hi, Kelly. Hi, hi,
We
everyone.
seem to have the same
Lots of
friends.
mutual friends. Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes.
It was
Mm.
funny. I went to a wedding yesterday. It was an old former classmate's daughter who was getting married, and
Okay.
and at the table, so there was no seating plan, so we just sat wherever we could, and it just so happened that two ladies joined the table that I was sat at with my friend,
Okay.
and we found out that. So I asked them, "Oh, how do you know? Do you know the bride or the groom?" They said, "Oh, that their daughters went to school with the bride." And then through conversation, we realized that we actually all went to the same school. So although they went to the wedding because it was their daughter's friend, without
Okay.
realizing that the father of the bride was somebody who we all went to school with.
Oh,
Although
wow.
these ladies were like a few years ahead of us,
Yes.
but we were just saying this is such a small world that in the
Very
big
good.
hall we just happened to sit at the same table and find that we had so much in common. But yeah,
Yeah. Yes. So you and Bumi were roommates. Bumi is saying that
myself
both
and
of you.
Bumi were roomies. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Here or in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, the best university in Nigeria, University of Lagos. We were
Ah,
roommates
I
there.
went to Unilag too now.
Hey now, so
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. It's such a small world, right?
Yes. So yes. 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 Yeah.
Such a small world.
Small world. So thank you for agreeing to be interviewed.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah. So let me just first of all let our viewers know what Adonis Palo is all about. Adonis Palo just focuses on the diaspora, and we celebrate that individual who lives in the diaspora, doing wonderful things, inspiring lives, motivating lives, and also impacting lives positively. And so that's what Adonis Palo is all about. So you, Ayo Sonoiki, Lady Tawa, you're one of such people. About 3 weeks, or was it 3 or 4 weeks ago, you had an event.
Yeah, about a month ago, 19th of September was the last
Like
event we had.
19th of September, yes.
Yeah.
And that particular Sunday, I was going to do my show, and I can't remember who I think it was Soji. No, it wasn't
Oh,
Soji.
okay.
It wasn't Soji. I mean, someone told me that, oh, many people will not be on your show today because they are all heading towards London for Lady Tower's event. And I was even meant, Soji invited me. I was meant
Okay.
to join go with I was meant to attend, but
Mm,
somehow because of Adonis Palo, there
yeah.
was no way I was going to make it from Milton Keynes
All the way
to
down.
yeah,
Mm,
all the way to London, and I wasn't really in the mood to drive that
okay.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so congratulations. I heard it was a good turnout and a very good show.
It was so this was the first event we had done since 2019. So our last live event was in December 2019. We try and do them at least once a quarter, so 4 a year. So last year during the pandemic and also earlier on this year, we were able to hold a few virtual ones, which were good as
Okay.
well, but just not as good as being live. So it was nice to actually see everybody come out for the first live event we've had in almost 2 years, and it was just lovely
Mm,
to see people again. And yeah, it was a really
yeah,
nice event, really good event. Yeah, really good event.
that's very good. Well done. Well done for all you
Thanks,
do.
sis. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. All right, so now tell us who you are.
Okay, so my name is Ayo Sonoiki, and as you've already said, I do host an event called the Tawa Chill Out. But apart from that, so I was born in the UK. Spent most of my primary education here in the UK. Then went back to Nigeria. Went to secondary school there. Went to Maryland Comprehensive School too, also called Immaculate Heart High School. And after that, I then went on to University of Lagos and studied biology there, biology education actually. Biology education because you know what it's like when you do JAM. for those of you who do know about jam, is that you think you're going to do, I was going to do medicine. Actually, I wasn't going to do medicine. I actually wanted to do ophthalmology. Didn't get enough points in jam, so I went in with what I could do, with what the points afforded me to. So I went in and I studied biology. And as soon as I finished, I came back to the UK, started working in the civil service.
Okay.
Worked in civil service for about 20 years, actually. But during that time, I mean, got married, had children. But during that time also, back in 2009, so even though I studied biology, I came to the UK, I was doing admin. Then I did my master's in computing. So I went kind of like down the IT route, but not fully. I was still working in the civil service. But I'd always had a kind of like a flair for communication. Let's just say I like to talk, and I like to meet people and that kind of stuff. So I'd always quite easily built relationships and friendships, but I never did anything professionally along that route. And it wasn't until so in 2009, I was still working in the civil service, and then we could work from home on occasion. And when I would work from home, I like to work and have music playing. So while I was at home, I would look for, I remember this particular day, I thought I want to find something online, because this is back in 2009. There wasn't a lot there wasn't a lot of stuff online at the time.
Yes.
But I wanted to find something that was all about Nigeria, like a website that was about Nigerian music and all of that kind of good stuff. And I found this website. It was Nigerian Web Radio, and all they did, they were based in the States, but all they did was news, music, programs, all about Nigeria. And it was specifically targeted to Nigerians that lived in the diaspora. Yeah. And so I started to listen. So every time I'd work from home, I would have them playing in the background and continue working. And then one day I noticed that they actually put an advert out saying they wanted a volunteer broadcast newsreader. Okay. So I thought, okay. I'd previously had a conversation with a friend of mine who said, Ayo, you should go down the broadcasting route. But I thought, do you just wake up and say you're going to become a broadcaster? You don't. That you said, oh, maybe you should try and get into radio or TV, and I had no clue on how to do that. So we'd had that conversation, and then soon after I saw this advert on the website, and they wanted a newsreader. So I just sent them an email, and they contacted me more or less straight away. I had a virtual interview. And then they took me on as a volunteer newsreader. So I would be the one that would read the news every day on Nigerian Web Radio. Did that for a short while, about 2-3 months. And then the producer of the show, or the owner of the station, said, I think you'd be good. We want to offer you the opportunity to have your own show. You can do whatever you want with it, but it will be your show. So this was my first foray into, hosting or broadcasting. Yeah. And so I came up with this show, and it was called Thinking Aloud with Ayo. And it was basically a half-hour slot where I would talk every week. It was a weekly slot where I could talk about anything and everything I wanted, all to do about Nigerians and the diaspora. Any topic wasn't, no topic was off limit. And so I'll do it would be like a 30-minute or like 20-minute monologue, and then it will be produced and music added to. And so I did that, and that's how Thinking Aloud with Ayo came about. But then every time I wanted to communicate with my producer, rather than having to write Thinking Aloud with Ayo, I would write Tawa. Oh, what are we going to do for Tawa? So that's how it then just stuck. So people thought that, or think that Tawa is my name, but it's just Thinking Aloud with Ayo. That's where it all came from. And so I did that for a while, and I did my own show. Then the station closed down, and I wanted to continue. So I actually started doing something similar to what you're doing now, which was I then took it onto another platform, and it was called Thinking Aloud with Ayo, the show. The show was on Blog Talk Radio, and I would interview Nigerians, mainly Nigerians, although some Africans who were living in the diaspora, who were doing great things. Yeah. Because my thing was, if anything bad is happening, we would hear about it. They would say Nigerian, the Nigerian thing will come out first, especially when it's a negative story. But I knew that, of course, there are lots of people that were doing great things, and not necessarily anything that would attract thousands or millions of people, but even within their sphere of influence, they were doing great
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
So I then started researching out. So I was my producer, I was the executive producer, I was a researcher for the show. I did everything. And that was a live show that I hosted on Blog Talk Radio for quite a few years.
Yeah.
So that is a bit of how I started. And then I went into the event side, which is the Tawa Chill Out as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Very nice history behind Tawa.
Yeah.
I know, Tawa too is also it's also an African name. It's a Muslim name.
Yes.
Tawa.
Some people actually call me that. They call me Madam Tawa Kalitu, and I was like, that's not my name, but it's come. So some of them, they just call me Tawa Kalitu, even though they know that that's not my name. But yeah, so yeah, I do know that.
Yeah. Yes. Well done. Yeah. Well, you have a good diction, so why not? I mean, yeah.
Why not if not?
Yes, yes. So, okay, so why did you decide to focus on domestic violence?
Okay, so as I was saying, I said that I started the radio show, and what I would do is I would research different people who are doing different things within the community, within or just outside of the continent. And then I came across this young man who had founded a charity called Domestic Violence UK, and I invited him onto the show to just come and tell us about the charity, tell us what he does. But so this must have been back in maybe 2013, 2012, 2013, that he came on the show for the first time. And he was just he's so passionate about what he does. And he's young. I mean, he's a bit older now, but he was a young gentleman, family, had a full-time job, but he was so very passionate about this issue of domestic violence because it had touched his family in a particular way back in Nigeria. And he just wanted to, he's a Nigerian young man, Nigerian man. And I just was really impressed with what he was doing, amount of work that was going into the charity. And it was, had no government funding. Everything they did, all the money they raised was all via, themselves and fundraising. So I invited him onto the show, and then I kept in touch with him. And I think I invited him back again. And then we just kept in touch. And I remember it was 2014 when it was the World Cup. They had a particular campaign that they were running where they were asking, because let me just take a step back. So with the charity, they had a lot of support within the Caucasian community. Okay. One of their ambassadors is Jeanette Manara, who is one of the Strictly Come Dancing professional dancers. So she's on TV every week. So she's one of their ambassadors. Another ambassador is Jenny Steele, who's, I believe that she's a Caribbean lady, but she's, here in the UK, but doing great stuff as well. And they have another ambassador who is a Caucasian guy who I believe was once swam for the UK. So anyway, lots of support, and there's lots of support from the Caucasian society, community. But what they were trying to do is actually just reach into the Black African area as well. So during the 2014, they had this campaign, and he had asked me to take part in it, where we would just hold up a football, because what we realized and what statistics have shown is that during the World Cup, every World Cup, every major sporting event, the issues of domestic or instances of domestic abuse or violence increases. So we wanted to do a campaign about that. So I got involved, and anytime I could, I would speak about this charity, even when I was doing other shows about different things. So eventually if they wanted advice, or he would just ring me up and ask me about my opinions about certain things. So then they went back to their board. He went back to the board. This is all unbeknownst to me. And then they agreed, and they asked me if I would come on board the charity and be an advisory board member. So I just advise, they have things that they're doing, and I would advise. So when I did the very first Tawa Chill Out, I wanted again to bring awareness at that event. I mean, I didn't know this is how it was going to go. And it's funny because we have recordings, there's a particular recording of that very first event. And I was saying then that I don't know what's going to happen with this event. I don't know how far it's going to go. But I wanted to bring that issue, the awareness of this particular charity, to the audience at the time. There were 55 people. I remember there were 55 people at that first event that we had. And so we raised, I think on that night, we raised about £250 or so, just via a raffle for them. And so when I then decided to continue with the event, I just felt it was a great opportunity then to continue to support the charity, to raise funds, but also bring awareness about domestic abuse and domestic violence as well. So that's why that's how the connection was. Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
hi Dame Madini. Hi Louise. Sorry, I'm just saying it.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Dame Madini, for joining. Thank you, Bumiawe, VAP Mom. Thank you all for joining. That girl, Essay of Life. How are you, my dear? Esosa. Olajumoke. Sorry, Olajoke Amakri, welcome. Sister Nike, welcome. Telefash. Wale Remis.
Hi, Tele. Hi, Wale. Like people.
Odeyemi, welcome. Green Soul, Sis, Maki, T Candy, welcome. Welcome all our friends. Thank you for joining and thank you for your support. Yes. Yeah, so what is domestic violence? Because for me, and I don't know about others, when you talk about domestic violence, I just think about a husband beating his wife. That's all. But I know that it's more than that.
So I suppose you're right in that it is about physical violence. Husband beating wife, wife beating husband, people in relationships basically getting physical. But I suppose it's not just about domestic violence, it's also about domestic abuse. So domestic violence can be across, the term is used for not just the physical violence, but also it's used for things like emotional abuse, financial abuse, even I want to say spiritual abuse. It's not called that though, but we know when you have like people in like in a religious setting, you can have that kind of abuse as well. So it doesn't just involve, although we talk about the violence part of it being the physical, but it covers a whole remit of things. And it's basically just anything that is abusive towards another person in whatever fashion. It comes, I believe, comes under that term, domestic violence or domestic abuse. Yeah.
Domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I wonder why victims usually return back to their abusers, because quite a number of people in marriages are going through a lot of domestic violence in their relationship, and they can't speak out. They just keep on saying, oh, he will change or she will change, he will change, he will change. And most times, I mean, it leads to death. Some time ago in Nigeria, there was one that happened this year. A man killed his wife. And then a few years ago, there was this story of one lady who, she wrote from her grave. I don't know. That story was really very strange. I don't know if you...
I think I remember it. Yeah, she'd written a letter, but then she died. Yeah, she wrote,
died, and then she wrote from her grave, So why do women or men, why do women always stick to that relationship when they know that, it's detrimental to their well-being and, to their lives and all that? So why do they still remain in such relationships?
I suppose it's a very individual circumstance as well. So you can't say that this is why all people stay. But I think generally, and let me just also say, I'm not by any means an expert in this field at all. What I do, yes, I do raise awareness about domestic abuse. I do signpost people to Domestic Violence UK, because they are the ones that have all the expertise and the knowledge. They have that there. So I just wanted to put that caveat there that I'm not an expert in this, but I'm just going to talk from my experience and also from my what I've come across since working with the charity and also doing Tawa Chill Out, funny enough, because I get to hear a lot of stuff and people come to me about different things. But I think one of the main reasons I believe is it's a confidence thing. So when you've been abused, you are stripped of a lot of things. One of them is your confidence, is your self-worth,
Your dignity.
and your dignity. And a lot of the times, not always, but a lot of the times, domestic abuse or domestic violence doesn't just happen. It doesn't just come from nowhere. It doesn't just all of a sudden appear. And I'm not talking just about the physical, I'm talking about even the emotional. You don't just one day just start getting it. It's usually systematic, and it's progressive. It starts from chipping a little bit at your self-worth, your confidence, your esteem, to a point where some people just do not feel empowered enough to do anything outside of whatever their spouse or even their abuser is telling them, because they feel this small. They've been made to feel this small. So they just do not feel empowered enough, which is why it is so important for us to talk about why it is wrong and why certain things should not be accepted. Somebody said there about culture as well. Says about culture. Definitely, we do have that issue within a lot within the African culture, not just Nigerian culture, where historically you are, as a woman, let me talk about the women. I will come to the men, but let me talk about the women as being victims, because we know that men can be victims as well. But from the women, for a woman, you are almost encouraged to stay put. It's an honor to be married, and for you to leave, you're bringing dishonor to your family. So why? Just you two, what are you two doing? Why are you the one? Don't provoke him. You are not just sorry. You two just sit down, be quiet. So you're almost culturally, you're even made to feel that if you're not married, if you leave your husband, there's something wrong with you. You're bringing this. So there's all that weight. So I think a lot of the times it is about your self-worth and your self-esteem, which will, so you do not feel empowered enough. Let me just quickly talk about the men. So the same thing culturally as well. Men are always portrayed as, or always encouraged or told to be strong. And strength is shown by not showing your emotion and not being vulnerable. So if, so you're supposed to be, and a man is supposed to be strong, tough, in charge. How does a man who is being emotionally abused tell somebody who believes that it is not possible for you to be abused that he's being abused? Or be a man? Or just, so it becomes very difficult, because you're almost painted in a particular light, and so if you step any way out of that light, then either you're not believed or you're ridiculed. A woman is beating you, because it happens. We do know that it happens. Women do beat men. It does happen, and it doesn't mean that the woman has to be big and strong and mighty, and the guy has to be so. Smaller women have been known to beat men, and because the men are such that they don't talk, or that they're not the ones that hit women, so they take it. You'd be amazed at the stories that you would hear, especially within our community. Of we know a lot about, I think we hear more about men being emotionally abused, but the number of stories or instances that I've heard of men being physically abused by their partners is amazing and very disheartening.
I am very sure it's because the women have something to hold against them. For instance, especially men in the diaspora, maybe they don't have complete papers to stay. And so the woman now abuses him.
Or ill health.
Yes.
So there's, sorry, go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you go on.
So yeah, so there might be this thing of, you're right. And ill health is another one. So where a man is incapacitated, so he's not able to work because he's ill, or something has happened which has, where you would feel and hope that the person who is your life partner would be the one that would support you and help you through that period. And then and it can happen both ways. I mean, a woman could be could be ill as well, but I'm talking about for a man as well. It's the person you think should be your support then becomes the one who even, I see what your mates are doing. So, and then apart from, so you have that, then you have the mental health issues that then are on top of that. So you're a man, you can't work for whatever reason, and you have somebody at home who is jabbing you every day, whether physically or emotionally. Then you have that, how that affects your mental health, which then means that you are not able to recover from whatever. So it's just, there's so many layers to it. And that is why it's so important, I feel, to talk about these things, to say that, look, there is help out there. Because another thing is that people don't talk sometimes because they think, oh, who's going to help me? What can I do? So you're talking about the instance of somebody who doesn't have papers, for example. If I go to the police, they will deport me. But there's so many stories of where we know, and I know that definitely working with a charity that I do work with, where we've had people who are in that position, and it doesn't mean that if you go to the authorities that you are deported. It doesn't. It doesn't. And so
but they don't know that. Do they know? I'm sure
they don't know that. That is why it's so important to talk about the fact that it is what is happening. If you are being abused, it is wrong. That's the first thing. And it's actually, if it is abuse, domestic abuse, it is actually a criminal offense. It is a criminal offense. Domestic abuse is a criminal offense. So thinking that it's better for me to keep quiet and suffer in silence because I can't be helped, we need to let people know that that is not true. There is help out there, and that people should not suffer in silence. Wally says there can be a myriad of reasons for men being abused. Yeah, I agree. There are loads of reasons. I think we just touched on two. But there are loads of reasons why men can be abused. Yeah.
So, what are the resources available for victims in the UK? Like you just mentioned now that, I mean, if someone who is being abused because he doesn't have papers, he or she doesn't have papers. So, what are such resources available for victims?
Okay, what I'm gonna just quickly do, I should have done this before, is I'm going to put the website details. I'm just going to put it in the chat, so if you can maybe pin it.
Okay.
www.domesticviolenceuk.org. There is a whole...
I don't know how to pin.
Okay, let me see. I think if you click on I think you because it's your life. If you click on if you click on it, you should be able to. It should give you options. So if you click on my last comment.
Yeah, I should click on it. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I pinned it.
Okay, so anybody can then see it. It should be at the top. So the reason I've done that is because there is a whole load of information on there about resources that are, that are available to men and women. Now, if you need, the great thing, and what I also say about visiting the website is, even if you personally is not an issue that you have to deal with, the unfortunate thing is that there's a high likelihood that you will come across somebody who needs this information. Yes. And it's good for you to equip yourself with the knowledge, or at least know the website, especially for those of you in the UK, so you can direct people there. So there's help in terms of, there's employment on this particular website. There's details about how you can get help in terms of immigration, if you're having issues with immigration, if you have issues with work, because some people don't leave because they think they're not financially able to. If I leave, I don't have any money. He's the one that pays the rent, or she's the one that owns the house. What will I do? I'm stuck.
One of the major reasons.
Yes. So there's about financial assistance, about medical assistance, doctors, counseling, therapy, refuges, places where you can go that they will take you. There's so much information out there. And the other thing also is that if you look on the website and you can't find what you want, or you can contact them and they will find the information for you, which is why I love this charity so much. Like I said, I'm just on the advisory board. They are the ones doing all the work, but they have made so much information available. you know, and they also have they have a lot of volunteers that work with them. They have legal volunteers that can that can give advice and counsel and guidance about what your steps should be legally, or what kind of things you need to do. So I rather than saying, I mean, I've covered quite a lot there, but on that website you would find a whole lot of it. There's nothing that you need that you won't find there, or if it's not there, that they won't be able to get you information for. And I think that is this thing about empowerment, empowering people to let them know that there is help out there. One of the things I would say though is, and although I say people should read it and visit it and find out this information for themselves, or to educate themselves on behalf of other people, it's also good to learn what is not helpful to say to somebody who's going through domestic abuse. Because a lot of people, you two, if it was me, I would have left. If it was me, I'd have done this. She must be getting something out of it. Why else would she be there? Yeah, he too, maybe he's saying things that are not helpful. Someone comes to you and tells you this, and you say, okay, I'm going through this situation, and all you have to offer them is, but you should leave. There's a reason why that person hasn't left, and there could be a whole heap of reasons, but unless you know that could be an issue, you could actually cause that person to withdraw even more, such that they would not then step out and ask for help. So there's on the website as well, there's a section that talks about how to support people who are going through domestic abuse. Because and this is one of the first things that we spoke about, which is about a lack of empowerment. People do not feel empowered. What you want to do for somebody who is going through that is let them know there is help. Let them feel empowered. There'll be a day that they might have been going through a particular situation for months and for years. And then just one day, they just think, this is the day I'm going to leave. This is the day. And that's what you are hoping for. They have to be in a position where they are ready. They have to make that decision themselves. So what you want to do is help them to empower them, not to tell them what to do, because everybody has to make the decision for themselves as to what they want to do and how they're going to handle it. But what you want to do is just empower them to make the right decision.
Yes.
And so what you want is, rather than telling somebody, you two, you should leave. Because can you imagine if you tell somebody, but you two leave, and the person's not ready to leave, and then they call you again, or they might not even call you again because they think that you might not listen, or they might not feel, or they might call you back, and because you say to them, hey, so are you still there? And they say yes, so you're like, but this person is not serious. And then it's not helpful. It's not helpful. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make in a very long-winded way is, educate. Even if you are not going through it, it is so helpful for you to educate yourself on what is helpful to somebody, helpful to do and helpful to say. Don't try and fix anything for them, as in fix the situation. Don't try and push them into do something they're not yet ready for, but just help them, empower them to be able to make the right decision at so that when they're ready, they can just get up and they can go.
And even they can even go to the thank God for the websites, for the thank God for the internet, thank God for various websites where they can even cite those who don't even want to talk about it to people they know. They can easily go to the internet and just get in touch with a neutral person.
Because another thing we have within our community is this thing of people not trusting people. Can you see me? Yes, sorry about that. If I tell you, and then I go out and everybody else knows. So people don't trust because they've been burnt before, that lack of confidentiality. So hopefully people, as we get older and wiser, we know how to keep our own counsel and keep other people's counsel. But if you're in a position where I've had friends who said, I want to go for counseling. I want to make sure that the person that's going to counsel me is not, number one, not in my area, not a religious person, not in Nigeria, because of all these things that they've experienced. So so that's another thing that we need to work on as well, that nobody wants to be. You can imagine if your life was a talking point. I know we have social media and people put stuff out there and people say,
They say she her husband beats her. That woman,
you know,
her husband beats her.
But who wants that? And if that was your child,
Nobody.
God forbid, would you want that people are your life becomes a talking point? Now, I'm not saying that's going to go away overnight. But don't play into that. Don't be the one who everybody knows is the person that will spread your news. If you want any news spread, is this person. Or you don't be the person that everybody knows that. Don't tell this person because, you know, they just don't know how to keep counsel or keep quiet, you know, or keep confidence. We all go, life happens to all of us. A lot of us, if we look back, if at 10 years old, and I remember doing a Facebook Live about this once, that if anybody had told me if I could have written my life at 12, this is what I want my life to be, I would not have written the life that I had. You know, we don't all have the life we want. We don't all, things happen that are not our faults. That's the point I'm trying to make. So don't blame people for the situations they find themselves in. You know, if you can't say anything good about somebody to help them, then don't say anything. Don't heap more pressure or more dirt on somebody who's already down in the mud. It's not helpful. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know, I was also going to say that, you know, sometimes these abusers they show warning signs. You know, I don't know why people still go into such relationships. I have a very good friend who, when she was much younger, she was going out with a particular guy, and the guy used to beat her. I mean, but she was very wise. She was very, very wise. She just decided to step out of that relationship. I mean, they had set their wedding date, they had set everything was ready, but the guy was beaten and even beat her a few weeks to the wedding, and she just walked out of it.
Oh, she left the relationship?
Oh, she did.
Okay.
In fact, she said that after I finished beating her, that she broke the television, broke everything, and she just, I mean, walked out of that relationship, and that was it. That was it. And up till now, the man is not even married. Thank God. Because who knows, he may have, you know,
what have happened.
Vented out his anger on another woman and most likely killed her. So my point is that, you know, sometimes these abusers show warning signs. I mean, they show signs. And that's why we also say that people should get to know their partners very well before they go into the real deal, which is marriage. Because, you know, when the courtship is short, you know, you don't see so many things. It's when you now begin to live together that
everything comes to light.
Yeah.
So you're right. You know? And I think if I think there are many reasons why people go in or ignore red flags. There are many reasons why people may ignore. He will change. She will change. It's not that bad. Maybe I caused it. It was my fault. When we have children, things will get better. There's so many reasons why cultural. Look at my age. If I leave this one, who am I going to have? You know, what's going to happen to me? There's so many reasons. My children. I'm even talking about people before they even get into the relationship.
Oh, okay.
You know those red flags that people ignore, and there are many reasons why they do, and which is why it's always helpful, I suppose, if you do have people that you can trust, that you can talk to, people that not necessarily are going to tell you what to do, but you can be frank and open and vulnerable with. Especially, so what I say now is, especially for those who are, you know, most of us are parents now. We've got children who are at that particular age when they're dating, or they start to look at marriage, and a lot of abusers repeat what they have seen as they were growing up because they've seen that as the norm. Daddy used to beat mommy, and they're still together. That's how that's how a man controls the house, by, you know, bringing out the belt and everything. That's how that some families were brought up. So if a boy sees that, he thinks that's how marriage is. If the girl sees that and it's happening to her, that's what my dad did to my mom. So there's so many reasons why abusers could be the way they are. But I think it's important for us as parents and elders and older people to have these conversations with our younger ones as well, and about what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, how to identify red flags, and we should also put pressure on our young ones to be in relationships. You know how it is when you're growing, especially within, I know we're mostly Nigerians probably here, and maybe Africans, maybe I don't know whether this happens in the West Indian community as well, but especially for the girls, it's like, read your book, study. Don't talk about boys, no boy. And then you've done that, you get your degree. Why? Oh, see, married? You're not married. So it's like you're not supposed to have anything to do with boys. And then as soon as you finish school,
and then
where is the man? Yeah, get into it. So you're not even encouraged. I'm not talking about girls or let's talk about girls. I'm not talking about people going out and dating hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yes.
But we should allow our girls to interact with the opposite sex in a safe way so that they can have male friends. They know, I mean, especially if they don't have, if you have a brother, hopefully you have a relationship such that you can see how to act with, how boys act, how things that you don't like, things that you do like, that sort of thing. But encourage girls to have male platonic friends, because sometimes, can you imagine, I don't know, sis, you're probably, my generation as well, where if you were able to bring boys home to your house in Nigeria, why what kind of you were even, so what happens is that we used to sneak out and not sneak out and do bad things, but you just didn't want, because you knew what what the impression was. So I think it's important that we encourage the younger ones to show them how to have healthy relationships, and the importance of not placing so much emphasis on the external, the physical, what the person looks like, and how much more important it is to spend time with somebody. Someone said, make sure you see the other person in their seasonal, see them when they're angry, how they deal with anger, how they deal with hurt, how they deal with worry, all these things. You need to see all of that. So and that is just to help the generation coming up. I know that, we have issues now, but to avoid the issues that maybe we had.
It's really very complicated now, because even this generation now, there isn't much social interaction. Most of the time they're online. So I don't know. It's a really complicated issue.
It's very, and even when they're online, even with the texting, they don't even spell words full. It's K. Hey, everything is slang. So I'm like, how do you get to know somebody if you're not talking face to face, not via so, and I think that's just another angle that we need to look at as well. So we have the issues of domestic abuse that are present, but what do we do to ensure that mistakes that we might have made in our generation are not passed on to the next, and how to encourage them to build good and safe friendships, and how to identify things, and how to have self-worth as well, so that you don't feel that if I don't do what you want me to do, then nobody else is going to want me, or nobody else is going to give me time, or that kind of thing. So it's all about that sort of building that as well. Yeah.
So I was going to ask, what are the causes of domestic violence? Could it be envy, that the woman is doing better than the man? Okay, like for instance, now we've had cases. Most of these cases are from America. Men whose wives are doing better. Like, we've had stories of men whose wives. Men bring women from the village back home, bring them to America, and then they become nurses and more successful than the husband. And then the husband, we don't know whether it's envy. We just don't know what it is. And then he ends up shooting her. We've had so many cases of such things happening,
So what's the question? Is the question, why does that happen?
Yeah, can envy or complex be a cause of?
It could be. Yes. I mean, because why would you, if you think about it, it's not even, it doesn't even make sense. You bring somebody who you marry, you marry somebody, you bring them to the country with you. The person is helping you. So let's take the scenario that the person is bringing money into the home. It's more than you are bringing in. Why is that an issue? Now, I'm not saying that. So I'm just saying, why should that be an issue? So there might be the other side where the woman is then being disrespectful, or she then becomes the abuser. Maybe not physically, because she's being saying derogatory things to
Yes. Yeah.
the husband, now that I'm bringing.
Yeah.
So, but there's so many, but all of those for me stem to people that have issues. Because that in itself should not be the fact that somebody's earning more than you and you're in a partnership. Why is that why should that be a problem? So I think it's, for me, that those sort of stories show that those two individuals have problems themselves. It's not the fact that she's earning more. There's something more than that. Because it can't be the fact that she's earning that will now make you jealous of her. And also you, as if that's the woman who is then being abusive towards the husband, then there's something wrong with you. That if this guy brought you over to marry you and married you, and you are earning more, why is that an issue? Why should you, why be disrespectful or to be derogatory to your husband because you're earning more? So it shows that a lot more to do with the person's character than the actual situation, if you see what I mean. Because situations actually just bring out what's in the person already. Do you see what I mean? So
yeah. But when a woman is earning more than her husband, it's usually a very, very, very bitter pill for the man to
some men, that's
follow.
what I'm saying. It's some men. But that's the issue with the man. It's not the fact she's earning more. So the guy has an issue. It's not the fact she's earning more, because not all men think that way. Because if that was the case, then no man would want any woman to earn more than no man would want.
And in some cases, the women even get, like you said, the women get very rude and also abusive towards the man because she's earning more. So there are two sides to a coin, really.
There is so Phenomenal Woman has said insecure men. There's an issue with the man, or there's an issue with it's not the fact that she's earning more is the problem. It's the insecurity of the person who then feels threatened by the fact that my spouse earns more than me, or my spouse doesn't earn as much as me. It's not the thing, it's the person. That's the way I see it. So if you're in a partnership together, you're in a marriage, which is what a marriage should be. It's a partnership. You both bring yourselves to it. The fact that somebody brings this and it's high. So if that man has been told that, and he has been brought up to believe that as a man of the house, it is wrong for the woman to earn more, right? That in itself is wrong. As far as personally, I think it is wrong. A man, I should not tell my son that his wife is not allowed to earn more than he does. Now, if they're in different professions and her particular profession pays more, will he now go and start saying, okay, may I have to now go and do the same profession as she does, or change my profession so I can compete with my wife? To me, so I don't see why a woman earning more than a man is an issue for the man. Now, if the man is working, he's doing his, the best that he can do, he's bringing in a wage, and she is bringing in a wage, what is the problem? What is the problem? It's different if she is working and he is not. And then there's a resentment, maybe from the woman's side, that I'm doing all the work, you're doing nothing. Yeah. Because there are situations where you could be in a marriage and for whatever reason, the man can't work. We spoke about illness before. So the man can't work. It's different if the man cannot work to if the man does not work. So so I think this whole thing about women earning more than men and why it is an issue, as long as the man is working and is doing what he can to work, I don't see why that has to be a problem. Sorry, somebody said something else. Wally said, can you speak to what an abuser can do to help out? Now, that's another thing on domestic violence, www.domesticviolence.uk.org. There's help there for people who have issues with abuse. So either with violence, or I think actually it's mostly violence, but there are links and help there if you feel that you need help because for whatever reason you can't control yourself. There are links on there. I remember I did a Facebook Live about this not too long ago, but yes, there's information on there. And if you can't find the information on there, send a message. There's a way you can contact Domestic Violence UK. You can contact the charity, and they will send you the information that you need. Because there is help out there, not only for those who are being abused, but if an abuser now recognizes what their problems are, and they know that they have a problem and they want to fix it, there's help out there for abusers as well. Yeah.
There's another question here. In talking to some women, I find the major challenge is money. They have been full-time housewives and not sure how they can start all over again. So do you have any advice for such women?
There's a lot of help out there for women and men. There's a lot of people who don't have an income. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but visit the website. There is, because there's help for everybody. There's help for every situation you can think of. There is help. And I'm talking about the UK. I don't know about the States, and at the moment, I don't really know what happens in Nigeria. But for the UK, there is help and there's guidance and there's advice. So it doesn't mean that you will get but I think the main thing somebody would need is advice about, okay, what do I need to do? What is available to me? What are the benefits I can get? I mean, especially if you're not working, what can I do in terms of what kind of benefits can I get? What am I entitled to? All of that information is there. It is there. And there's a lot, and that's the thing, especially in the UK, there are a lot of benefits that are not used because people don't know about them. That people are entitled to, and they're not necessarily advertised. But there's a lot of help out there that people just need to ask about it. And once you start asking the questions, then you start getting the information. But not having money is not, will never be a reason for you to, don't feel that you have to, don't feel that you have to stay in a situation because you don't have the money, because there is help out there. And this is for men and women. This is for men and women.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, the Domestic Violence UK, do they liaise with other
well, like agencies?
Countries? Yes.
Countries. Well, I know that in Nigeria they have they're affiliated to something called the Awareness Project. So the Awareness Project was set up, I think, back in 2017, and they are similar to Domestic Violence UK. They're a resource center, so they have lots, and they're based in Lagos. And they have so I know they have an affiliation with them, because when the Awareness Project launched in Nigeria, I actually went out, and I was in Nigeria at the time, and I was there for the launch. So yes, I know that they have. I'm not really too sure exactly what the Awareness Project in Nigeria is doing at the moment, but I know that they did have that kind of affiliation or connection with the two of them. So they're working together to some degree. Yeah.
We even have situations where a lady is married into a family, and then the guy's mother begins to manipulate the marriage, and then both mother and son abuse the girl. I mean, the lady. I mean, it's really,
there's so many disheartening and sad stories that you hear about how human beings treat other human beings whom they are supposed to love and look after and work with and live with. It can make you, when you hear some of the stories, you can make you think, human beings, sorry, human beings. People can be horrible, but my thing is,
to the love. What happened to the love at the beginning? I mean, they loved themselves before, and then all of a sudden the abuse comes in.
I don't think there's an all of a sudden, sis. I really don't think there's an all of a sudden. I don't think somebody just wakes up one day and decides that, right, I don't love this person anymore. And rather than getting into the reasons why, I mean, there could be any manner of reasons why things don't work out. Or you don't love the person, or love has gone, but my thing is the abuse and the violence the emotional abuse, it is so unnecessary. And to me, it speaks more of the perpetrator than the victim. That there's lots of issues with the perpetrator, the person who is doing it. So it is really sad. But my thing also is, and if anybody takes anything away from this hour that we've spent together, is there is help for everybody. Your case is not unique. It's unique to you because it's the first time, or it's you dealing with it. But trust me, unfortunately, there are many others who are going through what you have gone through, or what you're going through. And the message I want to send out to you is that there is help. You are not alone. One of the slogans or the taglines for Domestic Violence UK is "Love doesn't hurt," and that is because if you have been in a situation where you believe that this is what love is, and this is my lot in life, this is all no. And I'm not advocating anybody. I'm not saying what you should and shouldn't do. I'm not, some people say, oh, when you talk about domestic abuse, that you're always saying that people should go and get divorced. I'm not telling anybody what to do. What I'm saying is, as an individual, there is help for you so that you can be empowered to make the right decision for you. Not that somebody will tell you what you need to do. Nobody needs to tell you. You need to make this life is yours. It does not belong to the person that you're married to. This life, you make decisions. You should be in a position where you are able and empowered to make decisions for yourself. And if you are not in that position where you feel empowered to do so, there is help for you. There is help for you. So don't feel that my own is different. There's nothing new under the sun. So your situation is not unique. It's unique to you for now, but there is help out there. So that will be my message, that please, I have no problem with people contacting me. I get, and because of it, and I know at the time is spent, but just to talk about the Tawa Chill Out and what happens at the Tawa Chill Out. So the Tawa Chill Out, I know I've jumped ahead, sis. I know you're probably going to ask me.
No, it's okay. That was going to be my next.
Okay.
So and then tell us when the next one is going to be after you finish. Yeah. So
the Tawa Chill Out is an event that it's a fun event. We come together. It's for mature people. When I say mature, people in their maybe late 30s, all the way up to whenever, So it's not for kids per se. It's for and it's an avenue for us to come and let our hair down, just have some fun. It's karaoke, we sing, we play games, we have a great DJ. There's food, there's drink. But we also raise awareness and funds for domestic Violence UK, the charity specifically. And the reason why I love doing it is because it allows, I say that it's a no airs or graces kind of place. Nobody comes to pose for anybody. Okay, you might have some people posing, but generally the vibe is just let your hair down and have fun, be yourself. And the reason why I thought it was so important was because we, as adults, we're husbands, we're wives, we're workers, we're mother, we're father, we're looking after our aged parents. We have so many responsibilities, and sometimes we're not able to just breathe and just have fun without feeling we're being judged or anything like that. So that is what the Town Chill Out is all about. And like I said, we raise money for charity doing it. But one of the great things for me also is the number of people that have being able to come out of their shell at the Tawa Chill Out and just do things and even start businesses and start ventures that they had put on the back burner. It just gives you that thing of we call it like an adult's playground because we play and everything, but people go back to dreams and visions that they had when they were younger and think, oh, I can do that. But also, apart from that, I've had so many people, and I love the fact that it's men. I have so many men who have spoken to me about the issues they're having within their marriage and how they've found a way of either reaching out, getting help, or even just having someone to talk to. It doesn't necessarily have to be me, because like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. I'm a listening ear, and I can signpost you. But that is what it's about. Just being able to do that for people and let people know that there is help. You're not alone. There is help. And that's what the Town Chill is about. Our next event is on the 19th of December. So, and our events are always on a Sunday, and at the moment they're always in East London and a venue called Teresa Joanne. But if you don't follow me already, please follow me or follow
Give
the
your handle. Yeah, what's your handle?
my handle here is Ayo. Well, you can either follow this one or you can follow
Are you typing it out?
my hand. Okay, but people can see it now.
Okay,
No,
yeah. On the pin, it's true.
it's been, and then the other one, the other one is just Tower Chill Out. So if you is the Tower Chill Out. So if you just put that in. Oh, I think I've posted it. Yeah, Tower Chill Out. I've got an Instagram page. You can just follow that one. All the information about the events is always put on there. But our next one's on the 19th of December. But it's like I said, it's just a place to let your head down. We have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and because we've got the Christmas one coming out, we'll have like our Christmas choir. They usually sing. Yeah, Good Women's Choir.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's just one of the things.
yeah.
And the people do, karaoke. We do lip syncing. The DJ Abbas is our is usually
Your regular.
yeah, he's yeah. I think he's only missed one or two of the events. We've had more than 20 events now, but it's just a great way to network. Number of people, we've even had a couple that got married. I'm not saying they got married because of Tawa Chila, but I know that when they were coming they were single, but now they are married. So I claimed them.
Yes.
I claimed them.
What time
and it's a good place.
From what time to what time?
It's 6 o'clock, 6:30. Okay. And it's always on a Sunday, and we try and be done by about 11:30. So there's lots of games and there's music, and it's a lot of fun. A great place to network, meet people. Yeah, it's just a really good vibe. And for those people who are on here that have been before, please. Okay, yeah. So Kenya said adults playgrounds. Yeah, anybody else who's on there or who's on here who's been, please at least give us a quick review and let people know that give us a thumbs up to say that you enjoy it. But it'd be great to see other people there as well.
That's good. I'll be there by the grace of God.
Yay!
I'll come with my husband.
Yes, I was going to say it's for husbands and come as a couple, come on your own, come with your girlfriends, come with your spouse. It's for men and women, because sometimes when you have domestic violence attached to an event, people think that it's for women. No. We need this town chill is for men and women, and also because unfortunately domestic abuse happens to both men and women. So and it happens. We need to teach our girls and our boys how to navigate this thing about relationships so that they don't fall into the mistakes that we might have done as parents. Yes.
Okay, so what's your me time? I mean, how do you relax?
Oh wow.
Because you're very busy. You have your day job, which is IT, with your NGO. So I mean, and then you have your children. So how do you how do you juggle everything?
How do I juggle all?
And then how do you relax?
I don't know, I juggle somehow, I do. I don't know how, but I do it. But I do try and take time out for myself. What do I do? When I can, I like to sleep in. I like to sleep when I don't have to get up early. Now I'm at that age where I like taking afternoon naps when I can. Not often, but I do. But I like listening to good music. I do. And actually, I'm at the point now where I'm actually trying to find new ways. I'm investigating new things that I could do, because I'd rather than say this is all I do to relax. But I do like spending time with friends. When I can, I go out for meals. Now that the world is opened up again, and I also do a lot of TikTok with my daughter. So my daughter is into TikTok. So
what's your handle? What's your TikTok?
I don't have a TikTok handle. I don't let you. So what I do is I do the TikTok and then I post it on Instagram. So I don't post anything on TikTok. I do the videos and then I post them on Instagram or my WhatsApp status.
That TikTok is very addictive. I mean, I have to delete it because
before you be spending time on there, you're looking for one thing.
Honestly, in fact, the whole of social media is just a complete mess.
Yeah, you got to be quite disciplined with it as well. So, yeah. But even sometimes, having said that though, what do I do to relax? Sometimes even just going on Instagram and just scrolling through sometimes. I do that. I will admit it. I do.
Me too. I'm guilty.
So I do that. I scroll through, see what's going on. I'm not as active as I should be on Insta. I mean, I do post on occasion. I'm not. I don't engage as much as probably I should do. But
Instagram is like the in thing now, because a lot of people, you advertise on Instagram. There's a lot of things going on Instagram. In fact, being online now, it's kind of taking over from television, and
Oh gosh, yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, but even when if I'm on my TV, it's probably, I'm not even watching TV proper. Maybe on Netflix or Prime Video or whatever. But yeah, or I'm on YouTube on my TV. So I'm not even watching TV. I'm watching something to do with a social media platform. It's taking everything. Oh, and my phone I've plugged it in, but it's not charging. Hello?
Oh, so what's your battery life now?
It's 2%. Hold on. Let me see.
Oh, oh my God.
Because I actually thought this was an hour, so I thought it would be okay. But it's not.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah, so it's 2%. It's 2%. So,
but is it charging now?
I don't even know why. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Okay,
maybe.
So hold on. Maybe we just quickly end it before it goes off.
Okay, yeah, maybe let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. So you've said your last words anyway. You've told us your last words. You've said we should go to the for anything, any help we need or anybody needs, they should go to the website.
Yes. So domestic. Sorry, I've just tried to plug into another charger.
Okay, is it charging now?
I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. So please, for Domestic Violence UK, please visit the website. Lots of information and help on there. If you want to find out more about what we do at the Tawa Chill Out, please follow either my handle, which is pinned, or the Tawa Chill Out handle on Instagram. We're on Facebook as well. And if you want to be added to our WhatsApp broadcast list so you can know about all our events that are coming up, just DM me. Ayo on Ayo Sonoiki. I on this one.
You can add me.
Yes, I will. I will, sis. Yes, I will. I'll add you. I will add you. Yeah.
All right. So, Ayo, Lady Tawa, thank you so much.
Thank you for the invite. I've had a great time, and the hour has flown by. It has flown by. Yes. But thank you so much. Hopefully, I can come back again.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yes. And whenever you have anything you want to broadcast, just pin me, and I'll put it on my page, so that we can have more coverage.
Yes, and I'll do the same for yours as well. Yes,
thank you so much.
And I think what you're doing also in terms of just highlighting what's going on in the diaspora, how and bringing people to the platform as well. I think it's so important because, like I said, if there's something bad, everybody will hear about it. But the good things, it's like you have to go and start looking. You have to search. So it's good that you're at least helping us to bring these things to the forefront.
Yeah, and there are quite a lot of people in the diaspora doing, great things,
amazing things. Yes,
quietly, their corner, doing amazing things, So we need to bring them forward so that people can know that. I mean, it's not all about bad news about Nigerians and Africans in the diaspora.
Definitely.
We do great things too as well. We're good people.
We are. We know we are.
Yes,
And the thing about it is that people know that we are as well, but it's like sometimes some people are intimidated or sometimes they
just feel that nothing good can come out of Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, rest of us,
So we know that we are. We know we're great people. We are great people.
We are good people. See, Wale Rem is calling you Tawa Kali.
And I will answer. Sir, I'm here.
All right, my dear. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you much, sis.
Thank you.
Have a great week. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thanks.
Take
bye.
care. Bless you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.